It's coming. It's coming on. My dad texts me like, "Is today your anniversary?" I'm like, "No, yesterday." He like, "Happy
Happy
anniversary."
anniversary.
Thank you. He
Damn.
was
What is
like,
it? What?
Thank
6
you,
years,
bro.
right?
"Yep,
6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
6 years. I'm loving 6 years." I told
That's
Kari, I
what's
said, "We
up.
had a really good anniversary."
Y'all was right before us.
Yep, right before y'all.
Yeah, we going on 6.
We was newlyweds together.
Yeah.
That was a fun time. I'm telling you, being a
Yeah.
newlywed is such a fun time. I think it's like, I don't know, maybe being a fiance is the most romantic. What would you say is the most romantic stage?
The most romantic stage was definitely like that first, like the whole planning.
Yeah, it's like y'all get to
Process.
fantasize,
Yeah.
and when we get married, we gonna be
Yeah,
that
you
was
get to lock into each other's dreams. That shit, that was the part for me. So,
yeah, same. That
for
was
sure.
that was my-
Engagement phase?
yeah.
Yeah,
We
I would
like-
say that's the best bliss.
We locked in, and that's when it was just kind of like blood of my blood. Like we moved down for each other. Like
Yeah.
that was the best thing. All right, so we live. We are back with Dev Part 2. Oh, wait a minute. He like, girl.
You gotta go. You gotta get it going.
And it gotta be an easier way. I used to do
And still speaking to your, yeah.
oh me.
Good, you good. See, with yours being lower like that, you don't have to get.
Did you tag him?
Yeah, I did.
Why don't? Oh, there we go.
I tagged both of us.
All right. Did you do? He not getting no service down here.
Which is crazy. We say it every
Right.
time. We got the
Every
same
time.
service.
Verizon.
It looked like it was coming up.
Yeah, it did.
You don't got our Wi-Fi yet?
Right.
Let me lock,
Facts.
let me lock in. Let me lock in then.
Oh,
My
No,
bad.
well, we are we just picking up exactly where we left off, hopping right back into it. Dev on our last one, which is our last conversation with Dev, is on YouTube. But on the last one, you spoke about just focusing on what's in front of you. And I took that and ran. I feel like maybe a little bit my message and my purpose is getting lost because I'm talking to people that's not really in front of me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they don't really get it, and it's like we're not living the same world. So I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna focus on what's in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
We got it. And what is in front of me, like we were saying, this is my 6th year. Yesterday we celebrated 6 years of marriage.
That's what's up. That's
Thank
what's
you.
Up.
So we are married. I got marriage in front of me, and I have family in front of me, and I'm just focused on my focus.
Yeah.
And am focusing on my focus. One thing that you brought up. Well, first things first. Do you know what femininity is?
I definitely do.
Okay, so let's hit us with it. What's femininity?
To me, I mean, it's a dominating woman. It's
A dominating woman is femininity.
It's a part of it. It's a part of it. It's my perspective of it. It's a
Feminist or femininity?
feminist.
Okay, but
Feminist.
what is femininity?
Feminist.
Nigga said feminist is a dominator.
Yeah.
Well, no, when he started
Definitely.
explaining it, I ain't gonna say he all the way off on that. But listen, and, the reason I
mean-
asked about femininity is because that's one of the things we talk about a lot as women. When I've been doing these events since 2019, when we get together, one thing we struggle to define is what is femininity and what are some things we can do so that we are living and operating in our femininity. And you have made a comment about how we are actually operating in our masculinity.
And asking, yeah, definitely.
But it's like,
You got to be soft. It's a softer woman. It's the kinder woman. It's a,
a
woman.
kinder woman, we
It's a
talked
kind
about
of.
that.
It's a woman that has self discipline,
Okay.
and self discipline can start with that mouth.
It can start with that mouth.
It can start with that mouth.
Listen
you know-
here, ladies. Ooh, look, I feel targeted. No, listen. So did you watch our VIP event?
Yeah,
It was all ladies.
yeah.
So do you remember the segment where I was speaking on knowing that it's my mouth, like knowing that I need to shut up, and knowing that in ministry and in the time that I spend alone with like self, Christ, Bible study, it just keeps coming back to me that, like you said, there's a softer woman,
Definitely.
there's a gentler you. But in knowing this, we can't help, you know what I'm saying, what we are and what we're up against, because we're really up against, like, even the whole 50-50. We're up against poverty. We're up against generate whatever you want to call it, oppression, poverty, generational curses, whatever you want to call it. We have something and have always had something fighting against us. So for us to come together, we kind of got to be a little bit more like, what I asked you what femininity is, because what are you doing to help her be softer?
What am I helping to be
Or
something?
not even help her, but identifying her in this struggle of wanting to become softer, but maybe not quite like nailing it. Like, you know, she knows, but that mouth, that fight, that being raised by an independent woman, like, that ain't her fault, is it?
I mean, no, but I feel like it's everybody's responsibility at some point in their life to reset their life.
I feel you, which is
because
why
everything you was taught as a child, you grow up to a certain point to realize that it was all lies. You feel me? Like the Easter Bunny, Christmas.
listen,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how
they sick of me dead telling them Christmas ain't
you know how devastated I was when I realized it really wasn't no damn Santa. Like,
Aw, that's
that
how
was
my baby
devastating as me
was.
as a kid.
I
And I
that.
appreciated that it was the fact that it was my mama and, my old dude doing what he had to do for it. So that perspective was still cool. And then I still celebrate Christmas off the strength of family. But that was, you know what I'm saying? You got to reset yourself. At a point, you got to realize, like, this is life. This is the actual reality of life. So let me live in the moment of things, because you can get so caught into tradition that you'll break everything you can possibly stand for.
I feel that. And as women, like I said, those that watch the VIP event, we are talking about this. We are holding ourselves accountable, and we're realizing that we spicy when it comes to that mouth, and we understand that it doesn't bring you peace. Like, we
Definitely
understand. To me, and this is just honest to God, I feel like the worst thing you can do for a black man, even when I see mothers talking to little boys, is like yap at them. Like, it's very cringe, even though I participate and I be wishing. So it's like, we understand that, right? But in knowing that doesn't bring you peace, just like you told us, we kind of have to come up out of that rah woman and become softer. You have to also take control of your peace.
For sure.
You have to also, like, in what ways do you say, just like I'll ask a woman, what ways are you prioritizing self? What ways do men prioritize peace on a personal level?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
How do men prioritize peace?
How do we prioritize peace? We take it when we can get it.
What?
We take it when we can
You
get it.
just take it when you can get it?
You take it when you can get it, because it's
that's not okay.
it's not. I mean, it's not, but it is the reality. Like I said, living in the reality of things. Because as a man, especially as a husband that has a family, you got to support. You got to provide.
Yeah.
That's your number one focus. So you got to be there for supportive moments. It's just like me coaching this year. I'm not coaching across the field from me.
Oh, wow.
So like I gotta
didn't
steal
know
glimpses.
that.
Yeah, like I gotta steal glimpses of moments of them. Like,
I
so
didn't know that. That's
yeah.
true. So when you coach, your child keeps getting older, but your coaching position is your coaching position.
No, I can move up with him. I just had to take for what he wanted this year. I had to take the step down and stay where I was at and let him go. And it's benefiting him in the long run, because they undefeated right now.
Okay,
You know
scared
what
of
I'm
you.
saying? Shout out to Jack 12U.
Hey, and it's working. I love that. 'Cause y'all come to decisions collectively, like how we gonna do this as a team and have him as one goal. That's definitely dope. So I'm listening to what you're saying. Y'all overworked. Y'all tired.
Overworked.
Right.
Tired.
So what you're looking for in a woman, as far as bring my peace, you want us to be something easy when everything else is like hard.
We don't want you to be easy. We ain't asking for that. We just ask you to be understanding. Like,
Okay.
don't take like hard moments for me personal.
Wow, don't take
You know
hard
what I'm
moments
saying?
for me
Yeah, like,
personal. That's
yeah.
so hard because you are my person.
Yeah.
So to not take
No,
it personal,
no, like-
everything about you is
like
personal.
like once you realize I'm in that moment, know how to cater that moment. That's
How does she know
that's the
that?
responsibility.
Where does she get
This the
knowledge
Dev I know.
No, yeah. Where does she get this knowledge from?
Where she get this knowledge from? I mean, it definitely comes from a background standpoint, and I think that's where a lot of the 85%ers I was saying last time, come in at, because they not seeing that.
They not
seeing that, and they don't understand it. They going off the imagination of what they mom went off of, what they think a guy is, especially with social media. And we put a man against a band. They're like, it's hard for a guy right now. You gotta provide this. You gotta have this. You gotta provide Gucci, this, that. Like, some man really working up to be that guy.
No, I feel it. That's gonna bring us into our next section. But what I wanted to say is, our main goal is teamwork, right? When we focus on what's in front of us, we have personally and have surrounded ourselves by people who have said, like, okay, like, I'm married, marriage is the goal, we are a team. And one thing I think we could just work on as both married and single people is focusing more so on women, our femininity, and men's peace. Like, I don't think it's okay for you to say men take what they can as far as peace. Like, that's a problem. Like, men should be able to prioritize their peace a little bit more. They should have a safer place.
It gotta be a setting for that, and it gotta be a setting for that. And that's where I feel like a wife. That's where a wife provides. That's what a wife really does for you. They provide that safe haven for you to be.
And I for sure understand. I just understand all the like mental strain that comes with a smart ass mouth. Like, I really do understand that. I guess that's just a personal problem that we can't even really bring to your table. But what I will say is, last you were on here, you said that you would tell a young man to bring patience. That would be the advice you would give a young man when dealing with a woman, is to have patience. So I just really want to encourage, when we think about a teamwork, right? We thinking about a world where women are not as spicy and ain't got all these attitudes. They understand what this verbal interaction can do to a man's peace. We understand that just based off design, like all the way back to slavery, like it was by design to have like the black men like unpeaceful. Like they didn't want the black men to have peace.
Hey, so you really about to speak some stuff out of me right
I don't
there.
feel bad as a wife and taking that knowledge in and saying, you know, like, swallow this and like, let's bring some peace. You said don't take your emotions, you know, to heart personally.
Yeah, you can't.
And ladies, but with that, pack your patience and understand. This is what I'm just asking the men. Can y'all do? Pack some patience.
Okay.
And understand that, like, you know, we not going to get it right off the bat. But as you become more peaceful, I will become more softer. And together we'll just pour into those two glasses.
Right.
That's a fact. That's a bar.
I feel like, is that the teamwork we coming to?
Yeah, you definitely need teamwork. Excuse my voice, coaching, but yeah, you definitely need teamwork.
Okay.
You definitely, but to tap back into what you were saying real quick before you move forward about, I think people really need to tap into how slavery affected the black woman. It ain't nothing that's really spoken on, because you always think about how the black man was beaten and how he was taking out his pride and all that. But the black woman really affected from slavery. And it even goes to the point where you think about, like, in the 70s, where they told that black woman, like, hey, I'll give you government checks. I take this money from this man and make sure he pay you. If you hate him, he just can't live in his household.
Yeah.
And they forced that black man out the household.
But that was all by design. Like, that's the thing when I say it's by design. Like, this masculine energy that y'all hate so much, like, it was by design. It was put into us.
It's all by design, and it's very deeply rooted. So that's where, even though you say you got to reset yourself, Dev, that's a hell of a motherfucking reset, nigga. We talking about generations and shit. That's,
you know what I'm saying?
You ain't never been exposed to, but it's just innate to you because of, you know what I'm saying, your culture, where the fuck you come from.
I mean, when I say reset yourself, you gotta see what you see to be
that's
true.
A fact.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. It's just that what he's saying though is hard. Like, no matter how much I preach it, like, it kind of makes me come off preachy, because it's like,
but what I will say,
it seems so unattainable.
If you got a mate, that helps, because like you said, that's that safe haven. That's a person that's telling you, like, this is what it should. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta both be able to listen to that shit.
Right,
too.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I love that. Okay, so we got deep real quick. We are moving on to accountability. So it's so funny because you were saying how women don't really necessarily hold each other accountable. I was saying I could kind of agree, because I feel like I am a part of that problem that you see. Sure. And it's so funny because my homegirl, Kia, had posted something like you know, I wish here. Can I go to it real quick to see exactly what she said? But it was basically like it's none of that riding the fence with her. Like if you around her, she gonna call it how it is.
Right.
If you her home girl, she's gonna hold you to the same standard as her. And you know, if you don't want to hear about it, then you know, basically like leave her alone, stop coming around, or you know. She just basically, she gonna give it to you blunt to build you up type thing. And I was like, I really fuck with that. I still don't see that being for me as far as holding my friend accountable. And the reason why, you can tell me what you feel. It's nothing that I can tell her about her life, her man, her situation that like intuition hasn't already told her. When we go back to like femininity,
right,
it's directly rooted to like our womb and like how in tune we are with it. And the more we tap into these softer ways and into this feminine air that these men like need us in, that intuition gets stronger.
Exactly.
And you can hear from so who am I to hold my friend accountable when it's nothing that I've said that she doesn't already know?
I mean, that's when exactly, that's accountability. That's when she has to hold herself accountable, and that's the part that we don't. That's the part we ain't getting at. I mean, so you can push it all you want. It's that person's self responsibility to hold themselves accountable for their actions.
I be trying not. I be trying to avoid conflict. Also, I just think everybody got different journeys.
They do, but
so who about to speak on this young lady?
I mean, all you can do is speak your piece. That's your your point of being a friend. You done your job, but as we all know, friends ain't always gonna listen. Sometimes they do, but when they don't, sometimes you gotta let it go.
You know what I will do? I will listen, and if you seem sad, I'll say something that I feel will make you happy. If you seem happy, I'll like just joke around with the vibes. Like I'm never like, oh my God, yes. You know what I would do, girl, if I was you? I'm just not her. Like I'm just not her. Like, but I do want to be a good friend as far as like, I guess helping you manage your emotions, but I don't want to have to hold you accountable. That doesn't seem like a fun job as a friend.
I mean, it's a responsibility that nobody want to hold because you gotta be. It's you know why accountability is so hard.
Why is it?
Because it's the truth, and the truth is something that's so difficult for a woman to uphold. That's why a lot of men lie, honestly, because they feel like their woman can't uphold that truth. And I'm holding the man accountable for that as well, because lying ain't the right thing to do. You should be honest.
That's a cowardly thing to do.
You should be honest, but we know at the end of the day we gonna get the same reaction with or without. So they thinking they protecting their peace when they truthfully not.
Sorry, I ain't even watching the.
It's cool. It's cool.
The comments. Have you been watching the comments? What they say? Inside joke with Chrissy. Dang, we missed the inside joke. Loving this conversation. Me too. I ain't even checked the chat. Thank you. No, so you say the issue with holding each other accountable is the fact that we got to tell the truth.
You got to hold the truth.
I always say, people say, "Oh, the truth hurts." The truth don't really hurt. The truth sets you free. It's the lies that hurt.
It's the lies that lead to doubt. It's the lies that lead to self-doubt. It's the lies that lead to like untrusty and into a woman and trustworthy rather. But into a woman, once you lead doubt and fear into her, she reacts to that hostile. So you're going to get that hostile reaction every time. Yeah. That's why a man don't understand when they be like, damn, why she tripping? Like, bro, you know why. You know, you know exactly why.
And that's all I be saying. We got to be a little bit more gentle with each other, which brings me into the 50-50 situation. Mm-hmm. I want to, like, it is so crazy, right? Like, that's all people are talking about. But I want to talk about how money got so important. Like,
it's the power we give it. It was the perception that's pushed into us. That's social media.
But you know
they
what
shove it in your
said?
Face. What did he say?
It's a lot of goofies with a check. Like,
for sure.
So how is money holding this power?
For sure, but that's why I break everything to percentage, because you don't see those ones that don't understand. Like, okay, one time, for example, I used to work at this one place. The dude that owned everything walked into place. You would never guess he was the one that you would never guess he was the one that owned the place. You get me? Mm-hmm. And it was because it was just like he was on there on some average Joe's type stuff. And only that percentage know that. That percentage is the only ones that understand that.
That money hoes know.
Yeah. No. Social media make you have to feel like you got to push your image. You got to be this guy. You got to live to this standard. If you're not this standard, you're not this guy. and everybody want to be that guy.
Social media definitely made everything worse. Everything's just more accessible and instant now. So it's not even like the shit that's happening now been happening, but it's just like now it's just in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like cash at me, nigga, right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even no finesse to it. Like, let me make this nigga think I like him and shit, and you know what I'm saying? Finesse the nigga.
But y'all know what the 50-50 is? That's just modern day, like how to make a slave. It's the same bullshit problem.
It's the rat race.
Just us not having generational wealth.
It's the rat race. We don't own nothing.
Like just not being able to like just date in the realm. Like now women are literally selling their, like they've been doing it, but like you said, on this social media level,
it's crazy.
Instant.
Selling
getting
it,
flown out.
They getting flown out, and we know exactly what they doing when they get flown out.
Right, but then at the end of the day, they acting for it. But the crazy part about that is they asking for respect from the average Joe.
But
how you getting flown out by somebody you feel technically is you are beneath? If I feel like, and then you turn around to an average Joe that really wants you and that will care for you, and make him try to treat you with respect.
Because at that point,
why you holding him to that standard that you not holding that guy to that money with? That's why I'm saying the power was killing it.
You know, I've seen it.
Boy might be cooking a little bit.
To see like a woman body literally like change, like when Dollar started going, like the way she was dancing,
her body changed.
Just like she was dancing, and then when that money started going, that back was
inspiring.
Like pop. Like I was like, how the fuck? Thought you couldn't even dance.
Her body cold switched, nigga. Oh, this niggas with money in this bitch.
Oh, yeah, like it was just like tear, cause y'all know I said I'm done talking about it, but that's one of the things I got against twerking too. Like niggas think they supposed to be entertained. Like I'm not about to entertain these niggas. But I said I was done.
I mean, but it's more doing it than it's not. So to put it both into a different way is like it's kind of hard sometimes, because sometimes the woman that we're respective can still come in there looking like she about that life.
Yeah, but that's where discernment come into play, where we're
you got to differentiate
where you don't judge
whatever that word is.
Cover, I guess. I just hate how important and how much power this money has, and like I just really
because we give it.
I just keep thinking about that Kendrick line. Like it's a lot of goofies with a check.
For sure.
And speaking of goofies with a check, no, I'm joking. But is Diddy an example of a man with too much power?
For sure. Mm-hmm. It's so proven. For sure.
No, and
look at what he got. Excuse my voice. Look at what he got away with for so long. That's crazy.
I hate that.
It's crazy. The allegations against this man is crazy.
And for so long, I have been just protesting him, like telling people like this Carisha stuff not cute. Like I was alone in the room.
Let Kales out.
They no.
No.
At this point,
can't let that nigga out, cuz.
But it is so sad. Like I've been saying this since high school. Diddy reminds me of the Greeks. The Greeks were so rich and so bored. They started having sex with animals.
They ain't understand. Yeah, it's at your will. It's at your will. They being thrown at you.
It's way too much access.
It's being thrown at you, and you got millions. It's like, like I said, that's why that man leave with that money.
What Kanye say?
Let me shut you up with this money.
No one man should have all this power.
So it is a limit on power. It is a nigga can't get to a level where they got too much power.
For sure.
All right. So do y'all think Diddy?
And that's when they aspire.
That's when they
aspire, bro. When you can't manage power, you aspire.
That's real.
So
lights out. I
just wish I want to take our power back. Like, what should we be giving power to instead of money, or is money just like a valid thing to have our power?
We need to get more power to self-care,
amen,
self-acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying?
Self-care
Self-wealth
is really big with the ladies. Always get us food. We have drinks. I get us some masseuse. I'm going to do the same vibes when we bring our fellas in, because I really think that's important.
Growth.
Have self-care.
Growth. With each other. Learning how to grow with each other.
Learning how to communicate.
Yeah, communicate is key.
We're going to figure it out through Girl Talk. We're going to figure out how to communicate with the opposite sex, and I just really think we gotta do.
Patience is simple.
It takes patience. It's simple.
We just need the woman be aboard. Let the woman be aboard of just being patient.
Somebody said he ain't need all that baby oil. Man, he ain't. Man, why was that?
Somebody still got more power than Diddy.
Why was that the detail that they motherfucking released though, nigga?
Like
you know what I'm saying?
That's fake news, bro.
Yeah,
that's the part
bro.
you gotta like, and we feed into that.
That's the nigga shit.
And we feed into that. That's the crazy part.
Get a nigga something.
Push the man down.
Get a nigga something to clown this nigga about.
Push that man down.
Coming in talk about, is it a crime to be freaky? And it's like,
no, it's definitely not.
But this ain't
you
that.
You gotta manage that though, Diddy. You on some crazy. Like, come on, bro.
Somebody said something interesting about Boosie though. They said how he's so against gays except Diddy. You think Diddy Dillard Boosie?
So
I don't know about
he
that.
Speak out against, like he
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I hope
very
not.
homophobic.
I don't know about that. I hope not. But
he's done some sick
tough.
stuff. He's paid for his kid to have.
I mean, but he ain't caught none of them. He
30-year-olds.
ain't caught none of them gay niggas out in the industry or niggas that people think would be gay. He ain't caught none of them out.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm saying his obsession with gay people is
I don't think he got an obsession with gay people.
Okay,
like he
that's
spoke
just
out on
narrative.
Dwayne Wade daughter, I guess, to be technically correct.
I think he just speaking from his perspective of where he's standing. I don't feel like we really can't judge it.
Nah.
No, but
honestly.
sometimes I don't know when it just comes to like protecting children and like sex. Like we have to not say like freaky. Oh, this nigga freaky. Like we have to have some type of like limit. Like,
but we can't because it's being pushed. We can't control the narrative they trying to push in front of these people, man. And they've been controlling us for years.
And that's what Boosie is contributing to. You can't get like.
I think he more I ain't gonna say. Don't get me wrong, because I ain't against that. But
you ain't
you
against
get me?
what?
I ain't against
Boosie?
that. No, I'm not against that community. But at the same time, he just preaching his narrative. That's where he's standing on.
Right, but I guess the whole the thing is he got opinions on the community, but then when it come to Diddy, who it seems is a part of the community and also doing all this other shit, like
you
kind of supporting the nigga a little bit, like you ain't condemning him, you know what I'm saying?
If you Diddy though, that's a smart move. Come out as LBGTQ. They will come behind Diddy. He will be out by noon.
Man, that'd be tarnishing.
He will be out by noon.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say
I don't know.
That's a
I don't know if it can
but-
get no worse, nigga. He passed tarnish, nigga. That nigga cooked, nigga.
Yeah.
I don't think he get no worse.
And that's when
I don't know
you
if he
get sad
broke,
because
but-
you
I
hate
mean,
to see a black man behind
So we at the
bars.
point where we looking for deals though.
Who you talking
Diddy.
about? Diddy trying to cop a deal?
We to the point where we looking for
Yeah.
deals.
Well, it depends on what they. It depends on their evidence.
crazy.
But you know, the witness list is gonna be crazy. The amount, like the people that they
he
call
hurt a lot
in,
of people.
the
Like,
implications that
he
this
hurt
got.
people. He wasn't freaking people.
I don't know what he was doing, man. I know right now they got him for racketeering charges,
You know
which
what
is a
happens
life
to a man
sentence.
where he
He
get
had 3
drugged
illegal
and
pistols,
a man violates
rifles.
him, and he has to go on with life. Like that really messes up a man.
Fred, I seen an interview with Fred from Making the Band today, and that's basically what he said. Did he do to niggas like break you down? If he can't get you and play with you, then he gonna
That's
find out some
crazy.
dirt about you to hang over
Yeah,
you.
like
Like
that-
nigga, you got to be at his mercy, nigga. He's like
That's
he talked to
hurt
everybody
people.
around
you
him like
can't
they was his
fake
bitches.
The fact that he hurt people, R. Kelly hurt people, like like they hurt people. So we not gonna like glass over that, but it is sad to just see.
They
like,
also are
another
trumping
one.
this nigga shit up, I believe, though. And I believe I still, even though I believe, nigga, they probably got substantial evidence, nigga, I still think they trumping shit up. And if he was white, if he wasn't a nigga, it wouldn't go the same
Yeah,
way.
because whatever happened with that Nickelodeon dude, the white fat dude that was ruining people's lives?
They ain't
I don't
putting them
fuck
in our
around with
face
people
like
mess
that.
with kids. Like I do not like
I don't
that.
think
I mean, you said
Nobody fuck with that.
the skin complexion had a lot to do with what you just said.
Yeah, because I'm like, what? They
What
didn't
happened
hype
to him? They
up.
protect him.
Yeah, and he
protected
ruined a
him.
lot of people's
Diddy a
lives.
big name in the black community, man.
And I
Come on,
always
man.
used to say,
Making
like,
a
why the
band,
girls
all
like
that.
Carisha and them want to fuck on him. I used to be like, just let him be
Said, nigga,
the
that's
OG,
Unc.
your
That nigga
uncle.
seduced
Dan
them young
Snyder,
motherfuckers.
fuck Dan Snyder.
What happened to Dan? Is
And his
he
brother
going
was
through what Diddy going
the
through?
daddy, I think, on Drake and Josh or some shit.
Drake and Josh.
Yeah, they did that boy bow.
I don't know what's up with that nigga.
Turn
man.
him every which way but loose. I
crazy
don't
work.
fuck around with
That's
it.
crazy work.
So Dev, what
Boosie daughter's gay.
we kind of already talked about this, but what does a man gain from having a wife?
Not gay, man.
What does a man gain from having a wife?
Mm-hmm.
A perspective,
A perspective.
a different perspective. Like you get a different vision that aligns with yours. You
The
know what
two
I'm saying?
sets of eyes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Get a
I
different
like
vision
that.
that leads to
Because
what
they be
you
like,
see.
what's in it
That's
for
dope.
men? Women get stability. I think we both kind of get stability. I think it's a trade for a trade.
Yeah. It's some stability there, but for a wife, it's just more the supportive factor. Like I said, just being like pushing me to be a man, helping me be a man. So you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's dope. That's real. Those good answers, man.
I fuck with it.
Those are good
Okay,
answers.
so y'all make sure y'all follow us on YouTube. I have all of our. You can catch the replay, or you can catch it on YouTube. I have all the other ones. We've been talking a lot about the VIP event that is on there. So as far as the men's event, y'all, I'm still shooting for November 2nd. Listen, one thing I'm not gonna do is do you like that girl off Bridgerton or the Bridgerton
Oh,
Detroit
talk
scam?
about it.
What is that? I don't even-
Talk about that
So
shit.
listen, it was so popular. That shit went viral 1,000,000 times that Detroit, the Bridgerton Ball was coming to Detroit. This girl sold over like $200,000 worth of tickets and was like handing out bottles of water because it wasn't a bar. They had like baby shower food to feed like not even a quarter of the people. Like TikTok has been like blasting her, going crazy as far as she scammed. They're trying to get like a court case against her. So I say all that to say,
class action.
y'all know my events. Like I'm not rushing to a date because I would never Bridgerton scam you.
Yeah.
Like it gotta come hard. It gotta come hard with the fellas. And like I said, I'm still shooting for November 2nd. I'm still shooting for November 2nd. I still feel good about it.
If y'all got any venue plugs, plug us.
Cause that's really what's slowing it up right now. These venues out they damn mind.
Venues, yeah.
They out
Nah,
their
it's
mind.
just-
And then for
they
what I
not-
want to do, it's just kind of like you can't text me on that because I'm already. It's a lot.
Nah, it's just they correspondence ain't the greatest. That's all I would say. But we gonna get it done. We gonna get it done.
For sure, it's gonna happen for sure.
And how
and
can
patience.
we support you? Yeah, and how can we support you?
Patience.
Yeah.
The same way, the fundraiser. If Court dropped it in there,
Yeah, did she put it? We wasn't even talking. But if she put it in the chat,
Mrs. Williams, please report to the front of the congregation and drop that link for us.
because we didn't get it last time.
Love to support the Jags.
Motor
You
City
got any
Jags.
Motor
closing
City
remarks,
Jags.
Kari?
Closing remarks. No, man, this was fun. I'm glad y'all got to do a part 2 and you know what I'm saying. Tie up the loose ends. I think we gonna have Deb back.
We tied up some loose ends. What's our closing points though? We did come to some understanding today. I feel like women are gonna be more responsible when it comes
Gotta
to,
be more responsible. It's a must. It's a must.
Women have to be. Let
It's
me
a
look in
must.
the camera when I say this.
It's a must.
Women have to be more responsible when it comes to softer approaches, just in general. I won't say just to our man, to our man, to our children, to ourselves, most importantly. Just try and create a softer environment. And men are going to operate in patience and take control of their own peace. They're going to be a little weak. And we both, as together, black man, black woman, are going to try to, what you say, we can't be stuck. What did he say, babe, about being stuck and reprogramming? Yeah, you said we got to reprogram.
You got to reset yourself.
Reset.
You got to reset yourself.
So we both are resetting, both the man and the woman.
to see what you see to be true.
What you see to be true. Okay, y'all. So I guess is that a Cash App? Courtney dropped the Cash App. So we could just donate anything.
Yeah, anything.
You got $1.
$1,
you got
$2, $3.
$2, $10, $15.
It all goes to the kids. We going to Tennessee.
Hey, when y'all going to Tennessee?
November 22nd through the 24th.
That's exciting.
Yeah, the Rocky Top tournament.
So it's $ Jag World 10U.
Yep.
$.
Yep.
All right. It's been a pleasure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We going back next week too. We back to back with it.
Hey, I'm
See
here
y'all
for
next
it.
week.
I'm here for it.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, we did it. I'm about